Frizz and Gemz and we back in the spot. Other podcasts beware, we taking your spot. The way we sound on the mic is definitely hot. Stadium seats, we on fleek, you can like it or not. A podcast, stadium seats, the stadium pack. We got the live broadcast and we bringing the facts. See the tailgate crazy, the fans they amaze me. Salute to all the fans who've been rocking with us lately. Each week, stadium seats, here we go. Number one show, that's us, let them know. So when we go live, the magic begin. Box seats, the box office, we call that a win. No secret, sports mania that's always within. Frizz and Gemz, history, let the show begin. Love.
Stadium seats, what's going on? This is Frizz with my main man, Gemz, as usual.
Yeah.
Gemz, what's going on?
Man, I'm good. Blige, man, what's going on with you?
Not much, Gemz. Big news tonight here in the studio. We have our news analyst girl, Tay-Tay's in the house.
What's up?
Hello. How is everybody? How are you?
Good. We good out here. Yeah. We got our first. Well, is she our first fan? Or
technically,
I'm your number one fan.
Okay, here we go.
Technically, no, she's not our first fan.
What?
So we're still looking for that first fan. And remember, you can hit us up now on @SeatsStadium on our Twitter page.
Yeah.
We do have 2 followers, though.
Me being one. Thank you very much.
That's what's up.
And Tay-Tay is one.
That's what's
Remember, you can also email us at stadiumseatspodcast@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking for that first email. And we will give you the T-shirt, the Hanes or Fruit of the Loom, remember. And it will say Stadium Seats on the front with a marker and your name and number on the back.
I love it. I love that.
It's awesome. One-time wear.
I'm going to email you right after this.
Don't wash it. So we're about to get this going. And again, Stadium Seats is here live and there's a game going on. And we usually broadcast live when there's a game going on because that's what we do here. We're here to talk about every sport. But we've been talking about football recently. And with our news girl here, she's going to break us down into our topics that we're going to talk about tonight. So, Tay-Tay, without further ado, what are we talking about tonight here on Stadium Seats?
Tonight, we got some interesting topics. Let's start it off with Big Ben. Now, we all know that he had a devastating elbow injury that ended his season. Is this the end of his career? Could this be the end of his career?
Well,
I'll
start.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Frizz. Go ahead.
I'll go. I don't think this will be the end of his career. I think that, he will battle back from this surgery. I think that he must rehab a lot because of his age, but he's also got 2 years left on his contract. I know he's devastated. He put out a statement earlier in the week about him, having to miss the season. But I think there was something else there. I think this guy got hurt in preseason because he just didn't look right in games 1 nor game 2, obviously. But I don't think his career's over by any chance. I think he's still got a couple left in him. And God help Steeler fans everywhere. Let's see what Mason Rudolph can do. What do you think about it, Gemz?
Well, you know what? I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I think this could be the end of Big Ben's career, even though he came out with the statement. Just think about it. He's 37 years old. Okay, he's beat up a little bit. And we don't know what type of injury this is. Is it a Tommy John injury? Is it one of those, injuries that you just can't come back from? You lose arm strength. You lose accuracy. So, everything, all of that plays a big factor in coming back. Second of all, him being the age that he is, does he want to do the work to come back? the physical therapy and stuff like that. That's always a big question as well. A couple years ago, well, not a couple years ago, last year, he was thinking about retirement. So you get an injury like this, and we don't know what type of injury it is, right? Like reports didn't come out. It's just an elbow injury, right? It needs surgery. So how bad is it? 1 to 10, what is it? Is it a 5? Is it a 3? Is it a 10? Like 9? What is it? So, how's this going to affect him in the future? We don't know that. I think this could be the beginning of the end, in my view there. So we'll see. I want him back. Trust me, we need Big Ben, but the future might be coming sooner than later.
Yeah, and if it's Tommy John though, pitchers come back stronger than Tommy John surgery after they get it. So if it's Tommy John surgery, he's got a chance to, play those couple more years. But like you said, we don't know the severity of the injury. So we'll just have to see, and we'll let it play out from there. And big ups to Big Ben.
Big ups and salute.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Big ups. He's a future Hall of Famer, 2-time Super Bowl champion. I hope he gets better.
Yeah, get well soon.
Big ups to Big Ben.
Yeah.
Big ups. Tay-Tay's giving them big ups. So what do we got up next, Tay-Tay?
Staying in tune with the Steelers and Ben. Now, we know that Minkah Fitzpatrick just signed on with the Steelers. Was that a right move? Did the Steelers do right in having traded their first-round pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick on the day that they lost Big Ben for the season?
Oh,
good question.
Very good question. Why don't you start us off here with that, Gemz?
Yeah, so I'll start with that. Do I think that was smart, the trade for him, Fitzpatrick? I don't think it was smart at all. Wait. Take a deep breath here. Okay. All right. Jesus.
Hey,
I
man.
don't think it was. The fans are crazy out there right now. I don't think it was a smart move. Number one is this. Look at the draft classes coming out. All right. Reports coming out that this is the most talented draft class coming out for quarterbacks, essentially, right? So we got to look at that.
They were going defense anyway. You already know that from history.
I know that from history, but you have to look at Big Ben. You have to look at him right now, and knowing the fact that, he's losing the season. Number one, what if Rudolph takes off? What if he just starts, clicking with the team? Big Ben comes back. Like, we don't know that. But let's just say Rudolph don't take off. And let's just say Big Ben comes back. Did you see Big Ben against New England? It wasn't himself. Now, I don't know if he was hurt or not. I'm not going to blame injury on that.
He looked horrible.
He looked horrible, right? So, again, when is the Pittsburgh Steelers going to start looking for the future? I'm not saying, draft a quarterback, in round one and then go ahead and trade Big Ben or just sit him. No. We're going to have to groom that particular person, but you got to look at the talent that's coming up in the draft here. It's a very talented draft when it comes to quarterbacks. So with me, I don't think it was that smart. Fitzpatrick, he's a great football player, very dynamic, very diverse. He's going to help the defense out, but we got to start looking for the future because we know that it's a quarterback-driven league. And those that plan for the future now, that have a quarterback for the future, you're going to win. You're going to win. So that's my take on it. I just think that we just, the Steelers need to be smarter and just being more patient, and just like, let's look towards the future. We don't want to be late.
Here's my take on it, Gemz. And I get your point, but shout out, great move by the front office of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
Heck of a job, because now they're focusing on their defense. They have 10 first-rounders on that defense right now. Let's see if they can all gel, and let's see if they can all play together. If they can, I think they're going to be dangerous. I don't understand how the haters and the critics are saying that they got torched by 300 yards from Russell Wilson last week, hey, this is the NFL nowadays, and this is a passing league. Everybody gets torched for over 300 or more.
Yeah.
I mean
that's every day.
That's the standard in the NFL these days. So what I think it was a great move, kind of ballsy by the Pittsburgh Steelers, because they usually don't do something like this right in the middle of the season. No. But, they're desperate. They're 0-2. Do I think it's over? No, absolutely not. Do I think any team is out of it right now? No, I absolutely do not think that. Look at right now, Jacksonville's beating Tennessee. I mean, Jacksonville's 0-2. And they're winning this ball game. So plus no divisional games have even started yet. You win 5 games in that division. Guess what? You're in the playoffs.
You're in the playoffs. Yeah, you're right.
So the Steelers have a very favorable schedule. I do think that we're going to see a different type of team this week because of obviously Mason Rudolph, but I also think Mika Fitzpatrick, he brings in a little chip on his shoulder on the defense because he's a big star. He's a second-year All-Pro with 90 tackles last year. Okay, only 2 picks, but over 50 pass breakups. And this kid can play ball. And Nick Saban, coached this kid and said, this is one of the smartest kids he's ever coached in football in his life. So from Nick Saban to say that means something. They were very high up on the Steelers draft board last year, but, obviously they went a different route because he wasn't there, obviously, at pick 11. But shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers GMs and everybody in that office and the Rooneys and everybody trying to do something with this season. And that's why.
Shout out to them. But the question is, do you think that Fitzpatrick, what's more important, Fitzpatrick now or investing in your future for a future quarterback to be a franchise
there quarterback? Is a future right now. It's Rudolph right now, and it's Big Ben hopefully in 2 years, for 2 years. That's what they're banking on.
All right.
They're setting their ways in Pittsburgh right now, and that's what they're banking on. So, I guess it's yet to remain to be seen. So here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go Steelers.
I don't know.
And Tay defers, but she signed late anyway and supposed to be on the show a week ago, but she had some complications. So we'll leave it at that.
I'm here now. We're all happy. Let's all just hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
We won't question her work ethic. Let's go.
No, we won't.
I have a strong work ethic.
So what do we got next, Tay?
Moving on. Lamar Jackson. Is the criticism fueling his fire?
Whew.
Nice question. I'll go.
Go ahead.
I think it is. I think it is. I was very critical. I believe in the first 2 episodes of the podcast about Lamar Jackson and, their success this year due to the fact that can he pass the ball? Can he really throw the ball? In the NFL, they get tape on you. They know you're a running quarterback. How many years do the running quarterbacks really last? I mean, you look at Michael Vick, et cetera. So it's like, you have to be accurate with the ball, throwing the football. And as of right now, he played 2 teams. They were pretty weak teams, but he played the Miami Dolphins, the Ravens did, and they won 59-10, blowout. And they handled the Cardinals, am I right? Pretty easy last week. And Lamar Jackson had a great day. So he's handled those 2 weak teams in the NFL like a pro quarterback was supposed to. Even though they're weak, he didn't struggle with them.
He has.
They blew him out. So I just think, yes, it is fueling him. Frizz, you and I were athletes, and, we have good games, but then we have bad games. You read the papers and you got the fans around, that week, and they're talking about you. And now you're like, man, I just can't wait to get out there and prove them wrong. So all athletes have that fire in them, have that desire in them to prove everyone wrong, the naysayers. So I really do think that this criticism here is getting to him, and he's feeding off it. And once you give like an athlete motivation, once you give anybody that's competitive not just on the not just on the football field, but at work or whatever. Like, you give someone some motivation here, some desire, they're going to prove it. I think that's just what he's doing. It's just the nature of him being a competitor. So shout out to Lamar Jackson. Hopefully he keeps doing well. I'd like to see that.
Gemz likes Lamar Jackson. I disagree. I hate Lamar Jackson.
Whoa. Sour language right there.
I just said I hate him, but I dislike Lamar Jackson because obviously I'm an avid Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and our listeners that should be listening don't know that yet. But they will, because we're about to blow it up. But back to Lamar Jackson, I think he's a great athlete. I don't think he's a great quarterback. You're going to see that this week when he faces the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Kansas City Chiefs take it to him. Okay, he's got to go over there to a hostile environment. I mean, I know he's done it before last year, but I think this is different. I don't think that he'll be able to run on them like they do, like he does. Like, they're going to say, beat us with the pass. Now, if he does, I'll believe in him. Okay? But right now, I just don't think that he is a primetime quarterback, a top 5 quarterback even, okay, in the league. And
that's fine. That's fine. He don't have to be a top 5 quarterback.
Now, is it fueling his fire? I don't think so. I don't think he cares. He's a professional athlete. I don't think he's going to go, I'm going to prove these haters wrong. He's just doing his thing. He's just going there every day. And he's just, working, watching film, doing his thing, going to practice, He's being a leader. He's a good leader.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's fueling his fire a little bit. But I don't believe in Lamar Jackson at all. There's the crowd for me.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson getting booed by Frizz on stadium seats. You've heard it here first.
We'll see what he does against the Chiefs. I think that he's going to have a field day with the Chiefs. A field day. I don't know if they're going to win. I got the Ravens winning, and we'll talk about that a little later. But you're going to see, this is a different type of ball player. I mean, he's in a system. Harbaugh got him in a system here that he's very comfortable. And once you get comfortable and get some rhythm going, it's lights out. He already has how many touchdowns in 2 games? 7 touchdowns in 2 games. Watch out for this guy. We'll see, though.
Well,
we'll see.
2 opposing views.
We always have opposing views here on Stadium.
Never agree on anything.
We do agree on a lot of stuff.
Shout out to the Mighty Bite. You saved our life.
Mighty Bite. Shout out to the Mighty Bite. Cal, you're always hooking it up with the turkey sandwiches, the dry turkey sandwiches, the mayo packets,
provolone cheese
with the kind of brownish lettuce. It
was out a lot.
And I even think they put the lettuce and the tomato in a little bag and put it in the middle of the sandwich.
Yeah, that was so crazy. But you know what? It was good.
I think I ate the sandwich and gave you the tomato.
It's all good. Yeah.
And shout out to peanut butter bread for saving our lives. I appreciate it.
Yes, peanut butter bread. Yes.
The bread of college. That's what saved our lives a lot.
Give it up for peanut butter bread.
What else do we got on tap here on Stadium Seats, Tay-Tay?
Stadium Seats. Let's go to Brees and the Saints. He's out for 6 weeks. Will the Saints make the playoffs without Drew Brees?
Absolutely not. The Saints do not make the playoffs. They are in trouble. They need Drew Brees just like Pittsburgh needs Big Ben. Oh, God. Just like the Giants benched Eli Manning, I think they still need Manning. Daniel Jones ain't ready. So, yes, I think they missed the playoffs. I don't think Drew Brees, even coming back after 6 weeks, unless they survive, they need to win 4. They need to win 4 out of those games, if you ask me. Okay, out of those 6. Just because the fact that they're going to be lost with Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater is not the answer. I know they got Taysom Hill. That guy's just an athlete. If you ask me, he's a great athlete, but I just don't see it happening because of how, I don't know. I just really don't see it happening. I don't see them making it. And it's bad because the Saints are a heck of a football team. But
so let me jump in real quick. So let's go through the schedule here. So 6 weeks, Drew Brees is out. So they have the Seahawks.
Name the games he's out.
Let me name the game. So they play the Seahawks. Then they play the Cowboys. Then they play the Buccaneers.
That's probably
a win. Then they play the Jaguars. They play the Bears.
Tough.
And they play the Cardinals. So I'm thinking out of those 6 games, they could win 2, barely winning 3. Like, this is a tough schedule for the New Orleans Saints.
When he comes back, who is it? Atlanta?
They got Atlanta. It's at home, though. November 10th. It's at home, but they have Atlanta. And Atlanta and the Saints, when they start playing against each other, it's all-out war, offensive juggernauts on both sides of the ball. So it's just, oof. In Atlanta, the way they played against Philadelphia, they started clicking on offense. They got Julio Jones involved last week. So I don't know. These teams are just going to get better and better. And I just think the Saints can only beat the Buccaneers. And I'm going to go with the Cardinals. They could beat those 2 teams. I don't see them beating the Bears. The Bears' defense is too stout. The Jaguars, their defense starts coming around. If Ramsey gets his head right and he starts with a cohesive group, especially if he stays and they don't trade him off, I think the Jaguars could beat them too because it's in Florida as well. So I agree with you on this. If he's out 6 weeks, reports came out that he was getting a second opinion. But I think he's going to have to get surgery on that thumb. So it's not looking good. I do agree with you on this one.
Okay.
I agree. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs if he's out the 6 weeks. But Teddy Bridgewater, I know he could play better than what he played against the Rams. We've seen that in the past from him. He could play some ball. He's a good athlete, like you said, but he's going to have to play better. And this is just a little interesting note here. Do you know that Teddy Bridgewater makes more money than Dak Prescott?
No, I had no clue. But Dak Prescott's about to get paid.
I'm just saying. Pay that man, Jerry Jones. I don't
know if he's going to, but when he's does it, he's going to get paid.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think they're going to win. They're going to make the playoffs if he's out for the 6 weeks. Listen, Drew Brees, he's a Hall of Famer, okay? He leads the league. His leadership is beyond great.
It's not even that. He gets him fired up before the games. You ever see his pregame hype up?
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. It gives me the chills. It's like, man, I just can't wait to go out to work. I just heard Drew Brees get his team pumped, so it's like he's a great leader. And he knows that offense, when you got someone like Drew Brees, like just like Tom Brady, they know where to throw the ball. They're on the same page as their receivers, and I just don't think Teddy Bridgewater is ready for all that just yet.
Yeah, I don't either, buddy. So at least we agree on something for one time here. Remember, hit us up on Stadium Seats Podcast at gmail.com. Be our first email. Give us a question. Tay will shout it out.
Shout out to our first email.
We need it.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I got a question though for you and Tay. Just a quick question.
Go ahead.
So let's just say you're going to a game, okay, and you get you're tailgating and your buddy got burgers. Do you like the cheese inside of the burger already while it's cooking, or you just wait to put it on after?
Oh, okay. So I like the cheese inside, but you can't put it too early or else it'll get all mushy and ugly. You can't put it on after it's done, because then it's cold and hard. You got to put it in right at the right time where it melts just perfect.
Right. I was thinking about that. Like, you know what?
I'll tell you
I
what.
could go for a burger right now.
I really don't care because I'll probably crush about 3 of them. I'm putting the cheese on there while it's on the grill, and it melts all over the grates.
And you probably don't put 1 slice either. You put like 3.
I'm going 3, at least 3 pieces.
What type of cheese?
I don't know, cheddar, Monterey,
okay.
Swiss.
All right.
Throw some mushrooms on it. I mean,
I'm
going ham.
Definitely.
I'm going ham on the grill with the cheese.
What about
shout out to all the
burger?
I will throw blue cheese on there too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or some gorgonzola cheese.
Okay, no, I gotta draw the line there.
Gorgonzola. I like that on a steak. But hey, shout out to all the cheeses out there.
Shout out to the cheeses. Velveeta in the house, plugging away here at Stadium Seats Podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Just hit us up. We talk about sports and we talk about tailgating because that's what we do. Gemz, we have
breaking news. So we just heard a report that Cam Newton is not reporting to practice. Is this the right time to bring in Kyle Allen?
Ooh.
Wow, he's not reporting to practice?
Nope.
Practice?
Not reporting to practice.
A report came out with Adam Schefter, and, it says, once again, Cam Newton not practicing today. Kyle Allen, time coming. Kyle Allen will return to his home state of Arizona and face the team quarterbacked by Kyler Murray, who he won the starting job over at Texas A&M in 2015 before both of them transferred. Wow.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this.
Is this a trend for players to not report to practice?
Well, wait a minute. Is he hurt? Because I know he missed practice. This is his 3rd day of missing practice here
hurt.
for re-aggravating
he's excused.
His sprained foot. Yeah, he got a sprained foot from last Thursday against Tampa Bay.
But is it just because of the way he dresses that he's just embarrassed? Looking like E.T. in the closet?
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about fashion while we got Tay-Tay on the line. So,
okay, I don't even know that you can call that fashion.
Is it his hair or is it his? I like the way he dresses. I just don't like his hairstyle. I like him with the clean cut. He had the waves going. Like, Cam's a clean cut dude.
Okay,
so
let's ask, why would a male, why would a male figure athlete wear a babushka on his head, or like something my grandma might wear walking out of church on a Sunday so her curlers stay in?
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. So, Gemz, you said you like him. He's a clean cut guy. I agree.
Yeah. Cam he could dress. I like his style.
Yes, exactly.
I like it.
I like his style when he keeps it clean and fresh. All these accessories that he's adding on, like what? I don't even know what to call it. And why he chooses to dress that way. Frizz, I couldn't answer that.
Maybe he was wearing it over his head because, he has a long hair now.
If you look on his Twitter page, okay, it has, this is no joke, enter to win this customized Mashika hat. Okay? Don't miss your opportunity to receive a one-of-a-kind hat as well support Cam and his charitable efforts.
Okay.
So you can get this Darkwing Duck hat. Remember Darkwing Duck?
Hey, as long as you look good in the hat, there's nothing wrong with it. I just want him to, just to calm it down just a little bit. I didn't think he needed the whole thing on his head. That's all.
Okay, so I
didn't think he needed that.
The proceeds from this will go to a nonprofit, right?
That's so maybe
that's all it is. It's just promoting his nonprofit organizations or the nonprofit organizations that he supports. And he's just bringing awareness. Maybe that's it. He is a very public figure. He's a, out there in the spotlight, so he's going to bring attention.
Shout out to Cam. Hey, again, let me state again. I like Cam. I like the way he presents himself. Like, hey, he dresses really nice, but the hairstyle, I like the shorter hair rather than the long hair on him. That's all.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Keep it clean.
Yeah, there we go. Shout out to Cam, though. But yeah, I think it's a sprained ankle, a sprained foot injury that he had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last Thursday, and he missed 3 straight days, and I doubt he's going to suit up. So
Cal Allen,
I think that's why
is not very good.
No, they're going to lose again.
Why the negativity?
Because I tell the truth. Frizz tells the truth on stadium seats. That's what he does.
I don't see them. Yeah, I don't see them winning without Cam. They wasn't winning with him. And
first day on the job.
Yeah,
Tay-Tay.
This is
just got the gunshot.
Yeah. I got the axe.
Yeah. I don't know, Tay-Tay. I don't know. I just don't see them moving forward successfully without Cam, because the people that's backing him up is nowhere near his talent. So, but shout out to the Panthers. We're all positive here. Hopefully they get a win.
Well, sometimes we're positive, but most of the time I'm negative. So that's just the way it goes. Remember, hit us up at Seats Stadium for our Twitter handle. You can hit us up and watch out for our YouTube channel coming out here very soon. I know we've been saying that for several episodes, but we're in the midst of production and everything like that. So we're ironing out the kinks, right, Gemz?
Absolutely. We're almost ready to go here.
We're almost
with the live. Tell them about the live or YouTube.
Yeah, well, listeners, we're going to go. Our YouTube channel, Stadium Seats, is going to be launched here shortly, and we're going to be going live from those games that we're broadcasting from or watching. We're going to be talking about live updates, everything like that, just like we will do right now on our show as a breaking news. The Jaguars are up 17-0 with 7 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, I picked them.
Yeah. Well, considering that you just said pick them, let's go over some of our weekly pick 'em. We added Tay-Tay to the weekly picks this week.
Oh, God, help me.
Oh, wow.
So last week,
Did she qualify for that?
Of course I do.
Yeah, she did. Last week, congratulations to myself, Frizz, beating Gemz in picks at 10-6.
Wow.
Thank you, crowd.
That's not
Appreciate that. Gemz went 9-7. So I'm a game better than you right now. Let's run down our weekly Stadium Seats pick 'em. Okay, like we don't dive into them really that much. We kind of just tell you who we like, and we give one game of the week, and we'll go. That game of the week will be last. All of us tonight like the Jaguars. And
does that qualify me?
Oh, Jen.
Did she pick the Jaguars? I don't know who she picked.
Did.
Did she pick them?
She did. I said all of us across the board went Jags.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Bills and Bengals, we're all loving the Bills. We're all loving the Cowboys to destroy the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
So our first disagreement would be the Colts-Falcons game.
Yeah.
Gemz, I know you're loving the Colts, and we got the Falcons. Why are you loving the Colts in that one?
Well, the Colts are at home. Falcons don't really play good on the road. They're not a good road team, and I still think that the Falcons are still trying to get it together. I know they're coming off a win here from last week, but I don't know. I like the Colts. I like their defense. I like their offensive line. They get after it, especially at home, and they got a lot of stuff to prove since Andrew Luck retired. So I'm going with the Colts.
All right. Ravens and Chiefs game is going to be a good one. That's not our game of the week, but the Ravens and Chiefs, yeah, and I know, fans, that's probably the big one, but we got a little different game of the week that we're going to talk about here at the end and why we want to talk about that game. You definitely like the Ravens in that game, and Tay agrees with you.
I agree. Ravens.
Yeah.
But since I dislike Lamar Jackson,
you made that very clear.
I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs to beat them by 14. I think it's going to be an eruption by Lamar Jackson. The Vikings are playing the Raiders. I like the Vikings. You like the Raiders?
I got the Raiders.
You're a big Raider fan?
Yeah, I like the Raiders.
Are you really?
Like their movement, man.
Okay.
He loves.
I like the Raiders.
He loves them. I don't know why. He just likes their swag.
I like the Raiders. I like the underdog. I like the story that everybody's like, oh, this team isn't good. The Raiders, all this stuff's going on in the offseason. I like it. I want them to do well. They're going to do it.
The Gemz upset special of the week. Pats, Jets, who you got, Gemz?
Listen, I'm going with the Jets. Mark it down now.
Yeah, I think you're crazy. If I had money, I would bet you right now, whatever I had.
Why the Jets?
I was in Vegas. I'm putting 1,000 on it. I'm rich.
I'm curious. Why the Jets?
So are you taking the spread at minus 22 or plus 22, or are you just going to go outright?
I'm just going outright. I'll forget the spread. That's too tricky for me. But listen, outright, the Jets. Yeah, I'm going to take the points. I'll take the points. You're right.
You need 22
I'll take the points. Right. I think the Jets can do that. I think the Jets are going to win. It's going to be a tight one. They're limited. We know that. But I do think it's going to be the Jets will take down New England this week.
Okay.
Mark my words on that.
Oh, man. That's history. Well, we both like the Pats over here.
Yeah, I'm choosing the Patriots, not,
So can we make a little wager here? Can we make a little bet here?
Oh, man, I don't even know. I don't even want to mess with that. I think that's just craziness.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, we got the Lions at the Eagles. Let's move on. You and Tay both like the Lions in that one. I'm going with Philly, even though they're banged up beyond belief.
Oh, yeah.
So the Panthers and the Cards, we kind of talked about that a little bit. I got the Cards.
I got the Cardinals, yeah. The Cardinals, definitely.
I got the Panthers.
Oh.
Panthers?
Tay likes, she's going with the Rook.
Mark my words.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh 49ers. I'm a black and gold diehard till, whatever. I'm going Pittsburgh, believing in that defense. Go ahead, Mason Rudolph, get you some. Tay agrees with me on that one. Who do you got?
I'm going with the Niners.
Yeah, I figured that.
I'm going with the Niners. They're playing good right now. Garoppolo, once he gets hot, he can catch fire here. Watch out. Watch out. There's some holes in that secondary on the Pittsburgh defense. So I'm going with the Niners.
The other games that we have on tap are the Saints versus the Seahawks. Gemz and myself, we both like the Saints. Tay-Tay's going the opposite direction on that one. She likes the Seahawks.
Y'all are going down.
Game of the week, the Stadium Seat Podcast game of the week is the Browns versus the Rams. The Browns versus the Rams. Why we chose that game is because we like picking games at random. We have no point in why we pick them. We basically just pick those games because we want to, because no one else got that as a game of the week.
And we don't have any fans that are giving us any direction on how to
There's
go with
some
this.
right now. They're cheering.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
What's up, y'all? What's going on? Ooh. Hey, we all agree that the Rams are going to beat the Browns. We all agree that the Bears are going to go ahead and take care of Washington. Okay, on Monday Night Football. What a horrible Monday night game that's going to be.
Oh, are you even going to watch that? Like, seriously?
Probably
Why
not.
would they have them on?
Not with the Bears' dry offense that can't even score.
No.
You know, in two other games, we got the Tampa Bay Giants game. You know, I know you like the Giants to win that one.
Yeah.
You're just going out on a limb, right?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Come on, Saquon. Come on.
Yeah.
Help me out.
He's
here.
on my fantasy, so give me some points.
Help me out.
We both like Tampa Bay, me and Tay-Tay, and then final game of the night. Well, actually, it's a 3:00 game, but our final game on our schedule here is the Texans and the Chargers. And
I got the Texans in that.
We all got Texans across the board.
Shout out to Texans.
And then Tay-Tay, since she's originally from Texas, she's a Texan. So
that's right. Oh my God.
Stadium Seats podcast at gmail.com. Don't forget, hit us up. Waiting for that first email. You can also hit us up at Seats Stadium on.
Are we ever going to do a live broadcast in Texas? Like live?
Well, absolutely.
Yes. I think I'm going to start working the logistics of that.
Oh,
well, absolutely.
Yeah, you heard it.
There we go.
I mean,
here we go.
We could do it from a sidewalk. We could do it from anywhere.
We'll see how this pans out here, but
tailgate.
We should do that.
Yeah, we should. Stadium Seats. This is Frizz. Always my main man, Gemz. Tay-Tay is in the house. Remember, hit us up. We love sports. We love our fans. Holler at us. Yeah.
It's Frizz and Gemz, and we back in the spot. Other podcasts, beware, we taking your spot. The way we sound on the mic is definitely hot. Stadium Seats, we on fleek, you can like it or not. A podcast, Stadium Seats, the stadium pack. We got the live broadcast and we bringing the facts. See the tailgate crazy, the fans, they amaze me. Salute to all the fans who've been rocking with us lately. Each week, Stadium Seats, here we go. Number one show, that's us, let them know. So when we go live, the magic begin. Box seats, the box office, we call that a win. No secret, sports mania that's always within. Frizz and Gemz, history, let the show begin. Love.